Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Of course the dog's going to kick up just about the time I pull out the camera. This neighborhood has been absolutely silent. Oh well, what you going to do? This will be the last video that I'm doing from here in Costa Rica because I'm heading to the city tomorrow and then I'll be going to the States on Wednesday. So I thought that this would be a good chance to talk about something that maybe gets misunderstood in my videos sometimes, because I always will get that comment, and it's usually a nice comment and it's usually not very argumentative or anything, but I think it's misunderstood when I talk about food in the sense of like when I'm talking about the gourmet or the high fat raw vegan food, or even when if I should, I talk more about that, or if I'm talking about like, raw, like vegan junk food in general, like all these vegan cakes and donuts and what have you. I just want to make one thing clear. It's almost like, don't take, as you're watching YouTube, this would just be a good general thing to say, is don't take every word so literal and serious. I mean, it's like sometimes I'm like watching my words and then I'll see a response and I'm like, I try to think in my head like, I'm like, but yeah, but from other things I say, don't you kind of just go from there like, okay, if he thinks this about this, he probably thinks this about that. I'm not knocking anybody on what they eat. And I do think that the high-fat, raw, vegan, the gourmet stuff definitely has a place in the world. And you know what? Let me take a step back on that before I'm going to start with the vegan junk food and just a generality about all of this. Personally, I don't care. I've stated this in videos, but I'll state it over and over because I'm not going to assume that everybody that watches one video will watch every video. I'm happy when somebody's vegan. I'm happy when animals aren't being killed and resources aren't being wasted on the planet. So I'm not really here, the others can judge you and tell you that you're not raw enough and you're not clean enough and this or that. I like to be all inclusive. I'm happy for anybody that's here. I mean, I even, it's not like I'm going to kick or tell non-vegans they're not welcome either, but for sure all vegans are welcome, because that's a great thing, man, to be vegan. That's what I'm saying all the time, but it just doesn't get as much traction because people like bickering back and forth. I'm never going to attack, or I may not agree with some vegans, but I'm not going to attack any vegans for what they're eating out there because they're way ahead of the huge majority of the world right there. So yeah, I mean, the high fat. I don't think the high fat, and I think most people would agree. I don't think that's something you would shoot for. Like, in other words, okay, you've done it's beneficial during a transition. I don't have a problem with it. There's some of the raw foodists out there that I just think they're so into I can't do anything except the absolute, that they'd never eat any. I mean, I'd totally eat. I mean, I eat cooked food, so why wouldn't I? I totally would eat raw or gourmet raw vegan food on occasion. I don't think anything's wrong like that on occasion. I will say this on my thoughts. I don't think once you've made a transition, once you've been doing this lifestyle for a while, say you're a year or 2 years into it, I don't think it's optimally, in my opinion, I don't think it's a way to live long term. 2-3 years into this thing, if you're still eating, a lot of gourmet, a lot of high fat, raw vegan stuff, you might want to think about that a little bit. But then again, we all kind of differ on what one person considers high fat, another person doesn't. I see people all the time they make fun of. I don't ever, and so that's why it's really important for me sometimes to go back and explain things or explain myself, because I'm watching some videos and I've probably made these kind of comments, and I see these kind of comments in groups and stuff where people are just totally laying it on thick and making fun of what they consider junk food, say donuts and cakes and some of the stuff that has a lot of fat or a lot of actually processed products in them. But that's just a dangerous attitude in my opinion, because that should be, to me, that's step number one. That's my first goal. If I can help people, if I can get people to a cleaner place, I'm stoked to help them get there. But like I say, my first goal, if I can even remotely encourage anybody to go vegan. That's it. So I'm not, I mean, you know, and maybe think about your behavior. Like a lot of times we don't notice our behavior until we see that behavior in others. Or like for me, I can watch videos. Sometimes I pick up little things in my voice in the videos that I don't like about myself. And I don't ever want to, you know, and I have to pull myself back and I have to correct myself. And I don't ever want to have a mocking manner about anything vegan. I love everybody. I love especially everybody that's vegan. And I just would be, I'd feel like shit. And maybe this is something, if there's any raw foodists that do YouTube, I don't know if the big timers ever stumble across my channel, but I would feel like absolute shit to know that I had caused somebody that came to this vegan world uncomfort or made them feel less than or bad because of this highbrow, like raw is long, you've got to be raw. Oh my God, look at what you're eating. Are you kidding me? You're eating that? So think about those things. I know I've been guilty of that. I know I've been sarcastic when looking at other people's foods. And hey, it's a journey. You know, we're always trying to correct ourselves. We're always trying to improve, or at least I am. And that's just something that I just like to state unequivocally, but that I welcome everybody that's vegan. It's not, you know, I'm not a busybody. I think the same people that are always trying to worry about what other people are eating, if they're eating clean enough, are probably that same old nosy neighbor that's watching you across the street, or that person that's sitting in your little local church that sits in there and gossips the whole time, you know. So, yeah, that's not me. I just want to say, like, I love vegan. I want to promote veganism. I do try to eat clean veganism. I try to eat a clean vegan lifestyle. But you know what other people do, and I've said this time and time again, so I'll repeat myself one more time and then we're out of here, is, you know what, it has you eating raw vegan. In other words, like vegan, once you go vegan, you've taken care of everything else. In other words, like once you've gone vegan, if you're eating junk food vegan, that's on you and that's your choice. But as for me, you're not doing it like, well, not that you're doing against anything against me, but against the planet. You're not killing animals. You're not taking up resources. So I don't care. I don't care. I'm happy that you're vegan. You be happy that you're vegan. Now, if you do care about your health, educate yourself and try to move towards that that cleaner place. But you know what? Like I say, and I'll end it there because I'm just going to keep rambling. Just glad you're vegan. Anyhow, I hope you guys like this message. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And as you're watching this, I usually drop these about 7:30 Mountain Time. I'm on Mountain Time right now at night. So by the time a lot of you watch this, I'll be in the Big Bird flying through the air. And I'll be on U.S. soil Wednesday afternoon. I always wonder if they're going to let this old hairy dude through immigration. They do ask me lots of questions sometimes. Anyhow, see you guys when I'm in the States. Peace.